Hi, I'm Chris from Archimedia Accounts, and this video is all about profit and loss reports in Xero, a profit and loss account in Xero. Let's get straight into it. So firstly, let's go into making our profit and loss report. If you see here, I'm in Xero, I'm in the demo company. So if we go to accounting, it should be here in your favorite accounting reports. But if you go there to reports, if it's not in your favorites, and then you just search for profit and loss, find it wherever it is, it'll be here, star it, and then it will then appear in your favorite reports in the accounting menu here. So let's go into a profit and loss report, one of our favorite reports in Xero. So waiting for this to load. First of all, straight off the bat, you can see all this stuff here. Don't get overly confused by all this kind of stuff. It's just giving you different options for periods to make this report by. So just minimize that. Straight off the bat, what you can do is start changing the dates in here. So you want to you could literally do whatever dates you want. Go back from the start till whatever period. If you click this little arrow here, there'll be lots of options. So if you go to last financial year or this financial year, for example, just select the dates that you think will be relevant to you. This little bit here, compare with, is really important. You can click 1 or 2 years in the past, for example, or if you did a month, then you could compare it with a few months in the past. One good thing to do is this month, and then compare it with, say, 20 months in the past. And let's just see, update that to see what happens. So that shows a pretty cool report. You can see here, you got October, September, October, all the way back, and it's good for comparing data. Or if you wanted to do a quarter, for example, last quarter, so last 3 months, and compare that with 3 quarters here, you can update that, and it looks pretty cool. You can change the name up here so it can look nice when you print it, and it's just so simple to do. If you use tracking categories, so for example, if you're tracking certain customers or customer types or locations, so if you want to see the performance in certain regions within the UK, for example, like the Midlands, all our sales in the Midlands and anything to do with that, then you can track those categories. We'll do a different video on tracking categories, but the essence is you can see that data quite easily on this profit and loss report, and you can then just export that to a PDF or Excel or whatever you want. So let's update that. So now I'm just going to get into explaining these categories a little bit on this profit and loss report. So obviously you've got your turnover, all your different types of sales in there. Cost of sales, you probably know what these are if you're a business owner, but your cost of sales are essentially the variable costs that are built within your product or service. So the more products or services that you sell, the more of those costs you'll have. So administrative costs are just any other costs. So cost of sales, things like your materials, your labour that's directly related to that service. So if you're a plumber, for example, the labour that's specifically plumbers going out there doing a job. So the more jobs we have, that labour is directly related to that sale. Administrative costs are just everything else. So any advertising, any accountancy fees, cleaning, all that kind of stuff, you can see it here, however you've split it up. And one great thing about this report as well, you can edit the layout, and you can group these accounts into different categories. So if you just literally want to see 3 categories, for example, all office costs, all advertising and marketing costs, and all labour costs, for example, just into those 3 buckets, you can easily just drag and drop stuff here to make your own categories, and that's really good. I'll do a separate video on that, so you can see more detail how to do this. But essentially, and then what that will allow you to do is just drop down those categories so you can see the detail if you wanted to. Apart from that, the one thing I will stress is that there's no point in this profit and loss report at all if the bookkeeping data in there is not good quality. Obviously you're just creating a report here, but what's actually behind it needs to be data that you can rely on. And then just lastly, I'm just going to talk about what is a profit and loss report in Xero. What is it? What is it used for? Essentially, it's the most intuitive report that you can think of. It's literally just your sales and all of your costs, so what profit you've been left with in that period. The best way to think of a profit and loss report is it's like a video description of your entire business over the last 12 months or 3 months or whatever it is. So you can see the activity of your business, the performance of how your business has performed, because at the end of the day, your business is like an asset, which is, it's an investment. It's something which you need to have a tight grip over to make sure it's giving you a return on your investment. Otherwise, what is the point? You might as well just get a job and have less responsibility, or you might as well sell the business if it's not kind of giving you the return on investment. So thank you very much for watching this video. Like I say, we'll put a lot of other videos about Xero in this playlist, so stay tuned.